Perspectives. When you think of the holidays and you think of maybe celebration, what do you think of? But then also there's lost family members. I got a very special guy, Michael Goodove, president of the Southside chapter of MAD. How's it going?
Good. Bob, thanks for having us on. It's through shows like you and the city of Norfolk that continues to get our message out there. And the message is, for the viewers that are watching, everybody should have a wonderful holiday season. And if you choose to drink, just do so responsibly.
Yeah, and so often I think we get on with the enforcement message,
right,
that there's going to be, that threat of the police officer, and we're going to be having some police officers on later. But it really is deeper than that, isn't it?
Well, the problem with drunk driving crashes, and we call them crashes because they're not accidents, they're something that is very preventable. We have the cure. There's so many problems in our society where we're searching for the cure for them. We're pouring millions and millions of dollars. With respect to drunk driving, the cure is just don't drink and drive.
Right.
The city of Norfolk has a wonderful public transit system. You've got light rail, you've got cabs that are very active, designated driver programs. There's really no reason to get behind the wheel impaired. And at this time of year, last week we had our annual candlelight vigil, which memorializes the unfortunate victims of drunk driving, and it reminds us, because every year we hope and pray that not another victim in our area is added, and unfortunately it continues to occur.
Right. Mike, let me ask you, because I be frank, the organization is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You're not a mom.
Not a mom, but I'm a dad.
There you go. How'd you get involved?
My brother was killed by a drunk driver. He was a UVA student in 1990. I was in law school at the time, and I chose to come back here to the area. I grew up in Virginia Beach. I've worked downtown Norfolk my entire work career. And I thought I wanted to do something. When a tragedy hits you like that, you have two choices. You can shrivel up in a ball and die as with your loved one, or you can decide to make a difference. And it's very cathartic. I do a lot of work with victims, and it's difficult because it reminds me and it opens old wounds. But I feel that the connection that I have with the victims and the help that we give the victims really helps me feel better and helps me heal. I got involved 20 years ago. I've been trying to give up the presidency, but they won't let me because when I came back, I was much younger. I didn't have these bags under my eyes or wrinkles or anything like that. And I think I offer a unique perspective. People expect to see some old lady who's screaming, no, 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 no. And I think I can reach people with the message, and I've been consistent in the message since I became president 20 years ago.
Okay, would you say you're a purist or a brother?
A purist or a brother?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, you don't lecture about no, do you?
But well, MAD is not an abolitionist organization.
Right.
What we are opposed to are two things: impaired driving and underage drinking, because studies have shown that underage drinking leads to impaired driving. That's in our mission statement. We're not anti-alcohol. We're not abolitionists. We just want you to do so safely. And the research shows, and everybody knows, when you're impaired, you're a danger to society. You're a danger to those on the road yourself. If you were to shoot a shotgun down the road, you'd have less of a chance of hitting somebody than getting behind a 2-ton weapon and operating it pretty much blind when you're impaired.
Okay, that whole argument, well, I'm not impaired, I just had a glass of wine.
Right. Well,
buzzed.
It depends. Impairment starts at levels of 0.04 and greater. The legal limit, everybody hears the legal limit for somebody that's over 21 years of age is 0.08. The problem with impairment is it affects your ability to do divided attention tasks. You might be able to do one thing as you're getting impaired, but driving is a very complex activity. It requires you to watch. You're watching to the left, you're watching to the right, you're watching behind you, you're watching in front of you, you're reacting to road conditions. And the impairment slows down all of those reaction times and really renders you dangerous.
Tell me about your brother.
Was a wonderful guy. He was my best friend. He was 3 years junior to me. We were in the same fraternity, so we had the same set of friends through college. Was headed to medical school, and it was an off weekend there, and a local drunk driver with underage individuals in the car ran into the vehicle he was in and killed him instantly. He was 19 years of age, and I'd like to tell you what he was like today, and that's the hardest thing. My kids have never met him. I have 3 teenagers, and they know through memories and pictures and descriptions, but they will never meet my brother, and that's perhaps the saddest thing.
And the scariest part isn't necessarily the ticket you might get or the DUI, but that you could cause that kind of observation from a brother.
Yeah.
That's what's got to really hit home.
Tickets can be paid and dents can be fixed, but when you lose an individual and you have those scars, scabs heal over, but you don't ever get better. And watching my parents bury a child, there's nothing worse in this world.
Yeah, so you've never really had the opportunity to say, it's not going to happen to me.
What's that?
As it
With the
has.
drunk?
Any of
yeah.
this.
Well, and that's the thing about drunk driving. It affects all of us at any time of day, in any neighborhood, on any roadway. It affects us, and it's something that we should be concerned about, and I think the community is concerned about.
That's right. Thanks for the work that you're doing to raise the awareness, but also let's get across the viewer that it's a special time of year. Let's keep it special.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks for coming on. When we come back, we're going to talk about your neighborhood and how we have a great partnership. Stay tuned.